mentioned earlier, and you showed the chart about the land. Um, do you believe that Israel, because you said that you don't think Larkin made the perimeters big enough, do you believe that Old Testament Israel received the promises, the land promise?
I know where you're going with that, so there's no point
Yeah,
in just
I'm sure. I'm sure you know.
They never reached all the way down to the Great River, and
Okay,
they never. And on top of that, and they never went as north as they should have gone. And in Judges chapter 2, it emphasizes the fact that they still dwelt in the land. And lastly, my point is Scripture is very clear that land is literally for the physical seed of Israel, not a spiritual seed.
Okay, so time out. So I agree with you, except that I think it's already been fulfilled because the promise was from the river of Egypt unto the great river, the river Euphrates. In Deuteronomy 34, the Lord said unto him, This is the land which I swear unto Abraham, unto Isaac, and to Jacob, saying, I will give it unto thy seed. All right, well, you get to Joshua chapter 1, and it says concerning Joshua in the first few verses of chapter 1 of Joshua, go over this Jordan, thou and all this people, unto the land which I do give to them, even the children of Israel. And it goes on to say, as I said unto Moses, from the wilderness and this Lebanon, even unto the great river, the river Euphrates, all the land of the Hittites, and unto the great sea, toward the going down of the sun. Chapter 11 of Joshua, verse 23. So Joshua took the whole land according to all that the Lord said unto Moses. Joshua 21, verses 43 through 45. And the Lord gave unto Israel all the land which he sware to give unto their fathers, and they possessed it. And it goes on to say in verse 45, the Lord gave the rest round about according to all that he sware unto their fathers. There failed not aught of any good thing which the Lord had spoken unto the house of Israel. All came to pass. Joshua 23, verse 14. And you know in all your hearts and in all your souls that not one thing hath failed of all the good things which the Lord your God spake concerning you. All are come to pass unto you. Not one thing hath failed thereof. Then 2 Chronicles 9, verse 25 and 26. During the days of Solomon, he reigned over all the kings from the river, even unto the land of the Philistines, and to the border of Egypt. That would be the Euphrates River. 1 Kings 4, 20 and 21. Judah and Israel were many.
What verse is that? Hold on, what verse is that?
1 Kings 4, 20 and 21 is the next one I'm quoting here. Judah and Israel were many as the sand which is by the sea in multitude. So there's that promise being fulfilled. Judah and Israel were many as the sand which is by the sea in multitude, eating and drinking, making merry, and Solomon reigned over all kingdoms from the river unto the land of the Philistines, unto the border of Egypt.
Again, what river? What river?
That river is the Euphrates River.
Yeah, but again,
that's so obvious that it's
the river. Yeah, I agree. The river, the nation of Israel never possessed all the land that was promised in Genesis 15. The nation of Israel did possess certain land that was pointed out to Abraham and Moses.
Joshua, according to all that he swore to their fathers.
If you think that
Joshua 21, all the land which he swore. I mean, that's what it says. All the land.
If you think that Israel possessed all the way down to the Nile River, if you think that Israel possessed as far north as the Hittite kingdom and kept it forever, then I don't know what to do. And then on top of that, you should read Judges, because Judges says this. He says, and the anger of the Lord was hot against Israel. And he said, because that this people has transgressed my covenant, which I have commanded their fathers, and have not hearkened unto my voice, I also will not henceforth drive out any of from before them of the nations before Joshua left when he died, that through them I may prove Israel whether they will keep the way of the Lord to walk therein as their fathers did keep it or not. Therefore the Lord left those nations without driving them out hastily, neither delivered he them into the hand of Joshua. So again, he did give land to Joshua. He did give land to Solomon. There's no question about it. But they did not possess the land as long as God expected them to possess it, because they sinned. And they did not possess the land as far north as they should have had it, and as far south as they should have had it. So, look, any commentator, right or left, liberal or not, or dispensation or not, that you go back, they all recognize what I just said. And if
Okay, David, let's stop it there. I want it to be more free flowing for these last few minutes. Pastor Matt, go ahead. Take your time to respond.
I mean, there's so many references. Nehemiah also talks about it in chapter 9. The covenant to give the land, perform thy words. You have hast performed thy words.
Mhm.
Children also multipliest thou as the stars of heaven, and broughtest them into the land concerning which thou hast promised to their fathers that they should go in to possess it. During the days of Solomon, we know that that was the most magnificent part of the kingdom ever, and they had it all. That it says all
Oh,
so
they
many
did.
times, all kingdoms, all everything, over and over again, all that swear unto their fathers. And so I
How
just
long were they supposed to have it though?
so the word forever,
Yeah.
forever, yeah. So obviously the land was conditional. Obviously the land had a conditional promise with it.
Mhm.
Now I don't have a problem with forever though, because I read Revelation chapter 21 and Revelation chapter 20, and there's a millennium coming. And I'm not worried about the forever, because Jesus said the meek shall inherit the earth. I'm not worried about forever. That's still to come.
All right. So let's understand. You think that the nation of Israel, the 12 tribes, possessed all the way down to the Nile River, and as far north as the Hittite kingdom. Is that what you believe?
The current modern state of Israel today? No.
No, I'm talking about during Solomon's reign. You believe he took
Yeah.
all the way to the Great Nile. Where does it say that he had the land as far south and north as Genesis specifically clarifies in Genesis 15?
And Solomon
Even still,
reigned
here's the
over
thing.
all kingdoms from the river unto the land of the Philistines and unto the border of Egypt.
Yes.
Well, there's Nile.
That's not the great. That's Kadesh Barnea, and that's what. That's what you have to understand. That's the border of Egypt. No one denies that.
So we're arguing about boundaries here, but all means
very
all.
clear though. No, but the Bible is very clear, and
Okay.
and
Well, David, let me just interject a question, because it seems like Pastor Matt here is reading all from the scriptures, but it seems like you're disagreeing that all means all in those passages. Can you kind of elaborate on that? Because I think even some of the audience is confused.
Yeah. So can you open up my slide again?
And let's make this quick, under a minute.
Yeah, I'll
because
make
I've
it
got
quick.
a ton of
So,
audience.
I mean, look, first off, if I don't need it, I shouldn't have to. And within this group, I shouldn't have to go and emphasize so much on all, meaning, are you talking about all without exception or all with exception? But to understand,
Joshua 11, it says the whole land.
Hold up.
The whole land.
Hold up. All right. First off, when Joshua, first, I just read Judges to you. So Judges contradicts what you say. So what one has to understand is that Joshua and them were given to see the land. Okay. Literally see the land. All right. And so what they were shown, it was a portion to them, which they were to have, and they divided everything up into the 12 tribes, and they divided them. And that land they actually possessed. Okay. But as far as going as far down as the Nile River, you never gave me a verse for that. And you never went as far north as the Hittite kingdom. Then on top of that, it's forever. And then you go on to this, like talking about how, it's talking about, the millennial kingdom, and I'm going to have it. No. Every Jew, what I'm a lawyer for the nation of Israel, for who gets to keep the land, and the land belongs to Israel, the 12 tribes, and they will get it back one day. And they have not possessed the amount of land that Genesis 12:15. And when they do possess it, they will be possessed by the Messiah, and they'll possess it for all eternity.
Well, yeah. I mean, we agree that there's a millennial reign coming, but you're wrong when you say
I don't. I told you in the beginning.
You're not.
I told you in the beginning that I believe the 1,000-year reign, that, as you notify, I believe the future there is 1,000 years reign. I 100% do. I totally do. But I believe 100% I can prove that the promises you use and apply to the millennial kingdom are actually after the new heavens and new earth. I believe I can prove that in a court of law easily.
Okay.
So,
Let's allow Matt to respond to the previous points. Go ahead, Matt.
Joshua chapter 1, verses 3 and 4. From the wilderness and this Lebanon, even unto the great river, the river Euphrates, all the land of the Hittites. You said that I didn't include the Hittites.
Yep.
And unto the great sea, toward the going down of the sun, shall be your coast. Then chapter 11, he took the whole land according to all that the Lord had said unto Moses. All right. And then chapter 21, the Lord gave unto Israel all the land which he sware, and they possessed it. And also, according to all that he swore to their fathers, they failed not aught of any good thing which the Lord had spoken. So you say that they didn't obtain everything that God wanted them to have. It says there failed not aught of any good thing which the Lord had spoken. That's in Joshua's day. Then you get to Solomon's day. We know that Solomon's day was the greatest grandeur they ever had. I just don't know how you can say dogmatically they didn't get all the land, because I think they did. And the point is that we're really causing a lot of foreign policy problems today when we say that Israel deserves to have even more land than they have now. And this bad theology has turned into bad foreign policy. And we are now dividing, and we are picking sides. You are, I'm not, but dispensationalists are picking sides with modern day Israelis versus Arabs who are being kicked out of their homes, who have homesteaders who are taking their houses away and are committing murder and things like that. And there are old Baptists who even say this is wrong. John R. Rice said this is wrong. These people are infidels. These people are not Christians, and we shouldn't be promoting this. And I agree with him. We shouldn't. This is wrong, and this is ruining our missionary efforts that we should be focusing on. Here we are arguing over land when the Bible tells us in 1 Peter and other places it's going to melt anyway. I can't believe that God wants us to spend so much emphasis on real estate when we know it's going to melt and be rearranged anyhow. I think this is one of the worst things about the Schofield doctrine and the dispensationalism there is. And that's why I wrote, Who is Israel? Because if we would get focused on the spiritual instead of this carnal, fleshly stuff, we could do ourselves a huge favor and be more in focus with God's plan for what we should be doing, which is preaching the gospel to every creature.
Can I say one thing,
And
Donnie?
before you respond, David, let me jump